was out to dinner the other day, and me and my wife were having a debate on whether or not the wedge salad was an actual salad. Of course it's a salad, I said. She said it was a lazy salad. It's like the chef just stopped. It's more of a vehicle for blue cheese dressing and bacon, and tomatoes. And, iceberg doesn't really have any calories.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Bay Area Mukbang. I'm wearing a sweatshirt in a commercial kitchen for some reason, and we're back with Manny Bonilla. We're over here at Low Bar because Manny has opened a new concept called Barchisme at Low Bar. So how you been?
Been good. I think since the last time we've talked, Palmetto obviously closed, RIP.
Rest in peace.
But, out of that came this, and I couldn't be more stoked.
That's awesome.
Found a home with Matt and Daniel, like right after Palmetto closed. Kind of up in the air. Hung out at Popoca for a little bit.
A wonderful restaurant and all that.
Definitely. Like, shout out to Anthony and Popoca and the whole team there. They're like doing great things. And, just wanted to kind of regroup, get back to like why I started cooking in the first place, because it's fun and I love doing it and love serving people.
Yeah.
And, I thought Popoca would be a cool place just to like learn how to make pupusas.
Yeah, totally.
It's half of my heritage, so it was definitely something that I want to like check off the list.
Yeah, totally. Making pupusas is awesome. It's super duper fun. And you're probably wondering why we're here. We're going to make pupusas. This is our first out and about segment. So let's dive into it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna make a couple of things for us to eat and chat. So I'm gonna do a lechon pupusa and a calabaza pupusa. These are kind of plays on both sides of my heritage. So I got like the Salvadorian and the Filipino side. So just kind of keeping like the pupusa as the vessel for some Filipino flavors. They're kind of off the cuff and definitely not a traditional, but I guess it's traditional to me because it's, I guess I'm the only one that can do that unless there's some other Filipino Salvadorians out there that want to do some stuff.
I say it's there. I've eaten both of them and they're awesome. They're really good.
So
What are we doing? I'm gonna do them.
Yeah, go for it. Yeah. So we'll make one of each today. So with these guys, you're just gonna kind of you're going like little half turns, little quarter turns, like you can kind of see it moving
Get it around
in circles. Yeah. So just go back and forth. Yeah. Gotta bring out your inner abuelita.
Don't drop it.
Don't drop it.
I'm trying not to drop it.
But yeah, you're doing great. All right, so it's looking thin.
This ain't my first rodeo with masa.
So we got that right there.
It's broken. Already broken.
Well, with masa, it's like Play-Doh, so you can start over.
Yeah, I'm gonna start over.
Just bring it back around.
Bring it back around.
So yeah, I always tell everyone, like, don't worry about speed. Just take your time. Once you're on your 100th pupusa, then you'll be good.
This is probably like my 10th.
Yeah. So you got 90 to go.
Yeah, right?
All right. So you're just trying to get as thin as possible without breaking and kind of get that right there. So
What's that?
I'm going to give you the calabaza.
All right.
This is a little bit softer, so it's a little bit like more, it's a little easier. It doesn't give as much, or it does give, so it's easier to kind of like form into it. So with that being right there, now you're going to go into dumpling mode where you're kind of pushing it in and closing it up. Pushing it in. It's probably gonna suck. I still make sucky pupusas.
It's okay. I'm gonna take my time because you're super freaking good at it now.
Nice.
I'm just gonna go slow.
Yeah, go slow and just kind of with each turn, kind of crimping it a little bit more.
Crimping, crimping. Welcome to Bay Area Mukbang. You're probably wondering why I'm wearing this ridiculous apron. It's because this is the apron that they keep in the kitchen for chefs who forget their aprons, and then they have to wear this one.
Is it a bad thing? Probably not.
No, not at all. I don't think so.
All right, cool.
It's fun to wear. I feel pretty good about it.
All
Feel better about myself.
right, you got your ball.
Got my ball.
All right, so now basically going to do the same thing that we did with the masa ball,
Uh-huh.
but now there's filling.
Now there's
So
filling.
just be a little bit more, light. Don't really smash it down too hard because,
Okay.
yeah. So just going back and
Sick.
forth and still with the same, like turning it while you're slapping it back and forth.
We were talking earlier about the pupusa lady on 21st, and I think it was Bryant in the Mission back in the day. She used to save lives. She was out there till like 2. Her whole family was there. They had a little liquor store right next to it, and it was just like bare bones. They obviously lived there, but her pupusas were insane, and her cotito was so good.
Oh, look at that. Perfect.
So there was a question that I wrote down earlier, and it was like, of the pickles of the world, why is Cortito like? It's like top 5 pickles for me.
I don't know, the simplicity of it.
Yeah.
Like, I think everyone thinks so. There's a lot of like work that goes into it, and yeah, it is. You
Yeah.
chop in a bunch of stuff, but it's just the oregano and that vinegar. That's
Yeah,
it.
dude.
Like
Exactly.
there's not a lot that goes into it, but
Mhm.
there's like few ingredients. There's something in the simplicity about it.
Yeah, it's not that hard to make your own pickles. It's just time consuming and kind of a daunting task. Definitely support your local picklers, but try to make your own pickles. It's awesome. You just have them hanging around. You have a bunch of different like little science projects hanging on.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Lose it in a cupboard. Yeah.
Check
there
it
you go.
out.
All right. So we got
Okay.
our pupusas.
We got it.
Let me send a little bit of oil in here. With pupusas, you're not deep frying them,
Yeah.
So just get a nice little film of oil on your plancha or your cast iron or whatever pan that you got.
Mhm.
And we're just going to go straight down. There.
That's satisfying.
It is very
That's a satisfying plop.
Yeah. A little
Put some salt.
salt on there. Why not? Make it good. A little crunchy
Mhm.
salt. Yeah. All right. So let's let those do their thing. Yeah. So we're getting peas in. We're getting corn in now.
Yeah.
And, why not put it on something crunchy?
Yeah, totally.
So with a little tostada, we're
Mhm.
using La Finca tortillas.
La Finca
Yeah.
Tortilleria in Oakland is one of the best places. If you're going to buy tortillas for home or tostadas or chips, go there. It's so good.
Yeah. It's just an
man.
institution
Yeah.
here in Oakland. Like, so many people use them and they've been around forever, and the
Mhm.
product's great,
Yeah.
It never fails.
Oh, yeah.
So that's what we're using in-house right now. So we
Sick.
got a little tostada, and this is really, really easy. So right here, we got our house refried beans. They are vegan. We cook them with like a bunch of dry seasonings, garlic, onions, and some olive oil that we use as the fat to refry it.
Yeah.
I just add a little extra flavor to it.
Those are good.
Thank you. So yeah, little beans, and then the corn and peas. So we're just blanching them and then marinating them in a chili oil.
Tight.
So I just get a mixture of chilies. We got some guajillos, some moritas. I'll throw a little arbol in there for some spice.
Dude, I'll throw burritos in any stock.
Yeah, they're super
Just
good.
to add
It's
a
just
little
like
bit of smoke and a little bit of heat. That's the best. Are those
really
pickled
comes
onions
through.
in there too?
Yeah, little pickled onions.
Tight.
And yeah, so we got the oil, the onions, a little salt, and just letting them hang out in there.
Yeah.
So overnight, get all the flavor of that chili oil. Yeah. Throw it out top. I got some pea shoots over here.
Ooh, pea shoot.
Yeah.
The pea shoots are back.
They're back. That's
It's
how
the
you know.
best. That means Shandong probably has their sauteed pea shoots right now.
Oh yeah, they do.
Dude, that's something that I'm always. There's Shandong and Old Oakland, another institution. When they have their sauteed pea shoots, they're incredible. And also, it's something that I try to order every time I go there, so I get shut down for like more times than I actually eat them. So, good indication to go there in the next couple weeks. Go for it.
All right.
All right.
So to finish this tostada, we got a pepita and cilantro salsa.
Okay.
It's kind of like a riff on a pesto.
Yeah.
So we got some like toasted pepitas, some cilantro, some garlic, some oil, and some dried oregano, some cumin, some coriander, and yeah, kind of pesto-ish.
Yeah.
Nice little freshness on top.
Cilantro's great. I feel for people who don't like cilantro. Or have like the soap thing.
Seriously.
Yeah, dude. Because it makes everything so fresh.
Yeah, I know. And then just a little topper of some toasted pepitos.
Yeah, well, that's what I call layers of flavor.
So yeah, there we go. There's our
Look at
spring
that.
vegetable tostada. Yeah.
That's
All
so
right.
good.
Well,
We should flip these.
yeah, these guys are ready to flip. You can see that some of the
mine
cheese is
broke.
popping out. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, you can get
They will
these.
break, and then that's the best part of
Yeah.
a palooza, in my opinion, is that cheese that breaks out and gets crispy. It's
Free the cheese.
yeah.
Just a little bit.
Like as a kid, like if I saw that, I would just take that piece.
That's
It's like
the one.
chicken skin, you know? Like,
Yeah,
you just
totally.
yeah. Oh, there we go. Give 'em all.
It's like my grandpa used to love the like the tail of the chicken, like the
Oh,
chicken
the-
butt.
Oh my! Till this day, like my
Yeah.
mom makes like turkey butts.
He would call it the Pope's nose.
Pope's nose.
Yeah, especially like
I think I've heard that
Thanksgiving
before.
time, like, does anybody want to eat the Pope's nose? It was like you can eat the chicken, but now as that gone on, it's just like that's the
Dude,
best
it's
part.
so good.
It's clean enough.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like my dad still like tells me to put chicken butts on the menu or
Yeah.
turkey tails. Yeah.
Oh, you know, one of my favorite things when I was in Vietnam was that they had it was just like little skewers on the side of the road, but they would do chicken tails. Yeah, just like 5 of them, maybe like marinated and
Sweet.
grilled, and then like the wing tips.
Mhm.
People don't eat wing tips.
Oh yeah.
But that's
Seriously.
one of the best parts. You just
Like I'm always down for like eating cartilage or just like
yeah.
if I can eat the bone, I'll eat it.
Well, why would you waste
Yeah.
it? You know what I mean?
All right.
Well, as you can see, my pupusa is leaking out, but it's going to be great
it's gonna be fine.
because that's caramelized cheese.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's
All right.
basically a cheese skirt right there.
Hell yeah.
All right. Let's take these off before we make a Frito pie.
We're going to make a Frito pie.
All right, put these over.
Frito pie. Dope.
Oh yeah, we're good.
Plate.
Oh, hell yeah. Ooh, whoop, whoop, whoop.
Napalm. All right.
All right. All right, so these pupusas get finished off with a little bit more salt because salt's the best.
Salt is the best.
And we got a little bit of salsa roja. It's made with tomatoes. We got some habanero in there, some oregano, cumin, a little bit of oil, a little bit of vinegar.
Yeah, I'm not
Just
gonna
all
lie.
over the place.
When I came in before the Idol show with Sarah, my wife, I had some of that left over. I definitely took a shot of it.
Oh,
I
hell
was
yeah.
like, this isn't going back to the kitchen without being finished.
Aw, thank you.
It's so good.
There's some mezcal
So
in there.
Yeah, right?
But besides that, for the lechon pupusa, we have a chili and garlic vinegar.
Mhm.
So it's just kind of one of those things like for like Filipino parties, you got your lechon. You're going to have a bunch of sauces. This is usually one of them. It's a little garlic, little Thai chili, vinegar, pretty simple.
Yeah.
And it just cuts through the fat because like there's cheese, there's pork belly in there. Like you're going to need something to kind of balance that out. And
Yeah.
this is like the perfect thing for it.
That's really
And on top of
I like the
that,
slices of garlic.
I know,
too.
right? I love it's very appealing to see.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I didn't want to like I did start with doing like a traditional curtido, but again, I kind of want to play with it.
Yeah.
So I made a cucumber curtido, kind of a mashup between a Filipino like ensaladang pepino,
Mhm.
which is kind of similar to like an ajat that you would get like in Thai cuisine, where it's
Yeah.
like mainly sugar, just sugar and vinegar.
Yeah.
So it's just like sweet, but fucking kick you in the face.
Yeah. That's what it's supposed to do.
Yeah. So like I did like a mashup between that and curtido. So there is like the flavorings that you would get from like Salvadoran curtido, like you got the oregano and garlic,
Mhm.
but then you got the pepino in there,
Yeah.
threw a little bit of sugar, and just like found a nice balance of the two things. So this is what we serve our pupusas with.
You gotta have those pickles,
Mhm.
man.
Need them. Very important. A pupusa without curtidos, like, what are you doing?
It's just
You
so.
look like a fool.
Yeah. no shit. Oh.
All right.
Look at that.
So there's that.
Beauty.
So we got the last guy, which is the Frito pie.
Yeah.
This was actually like the first thing that the whole cheese man menu kind of revolved around this.
Yeah. And this is based on something that you've eaten before, right?
Yeah. So like we've all know what a Frito pie is, but
Yeah.
I think for the most part, you know,
Yeah,
I don't
totally.
think a lot of us grew up with it.
Yeah.
Like I know I didn't grow up with it, but it's just been something that like since I've been cooking and like going out,
Yeah.
I'm like it's genius.
Yeah.
So
it's pretty
good.
It's so good.
And like this one was inspired just like by the Bay, like growing up with Mexican cuisine, and also
The spice chips are such a good.
yeah, like it's just so much. We're just like caking it on.
Yeah.
Like I want it to taste like a Frito, a
It
chili
does.
cheese Frito.
It really,
Yeah.
really does.
But yeah, like another inspiration for it was Dino's in Nashville.
Yeah.
Just a super dope dive bar, like really good cheeseburger, really good fried chicken, just like good dive food.
Shout out Dino's. in
Shout out
Nashville.
Dino's in Nashville.
We don't just eat food here in the Bay Area. We support small businesses across the country and the world.
But yeah, so that was the inspiration for this one. It was just like wanting to go to Dino's every weekend, but it's all the way over there.
Yeah, it's on the other side of the country.
So this one we start off with some house-made Fritos.
Mhm.
We do a little chili salt mix on the chips just to add some extra flavor.
Yeah.
The actual chili. Actually, I'm gonna put a little bit of water in this.
A little bit. Can't have dry chili.
No.
Ooh, sick.
Yeah. All right. So, got our. This is a play on chili Colorado.
Yeah.
So, a bunch of like dried chilies that will rehydrate with garlic and oregano and some water.
Mhm.
We'll just let that kind of steep, and then we'll puree that, and that's the base for our chili Colorado.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so it's super simple, and just letting it cook for hours. Yeah.
Yeah.
Usually it's
Let
made
it
like with
go.
whole like muscle,
Uh-huh.
but like I just wanted to still have that chili consistency. So
Yeah, totally.
it's a mixture of ground brisket and chuck.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I appreciate that. That's
Mhm.
awesome.
So
Ooh-wee.
this will go on top.
You get one pour.
Oh man, I'm getting messy over here.
Yeah.
Oh, that should be.
Frito pies are not clean food.
Yeah,
They're just not.
gonna need napkins.
So if you were on a first date and you want to figure out if the person likes you or not, eat messy food. Don't be fake.
That's a
We know you
telltale
eat
sign.
like an asshole sometimes.
with your mouth
So,
open.
yeah, exactly. How do you expect to find true love when you're trying to put on airs, man? Just eat some messy food. Go for it.
All right. So to finish this, got some fresh stuff. Got some radishes.
Nice. Freshness, crunch.
Freshes, crunch. Beautiful. All right. Some of that. We got some queso fresco because cheese rules everything around me.
Yep. It's not a Frito pie without cheese.
Yeah. That all in there. Then we got some pickled onions just to kind of cut through all the fattiness.
You need some acid in there.
Mhm. And these ones are, basic like white distilled vinegar, but we throw a bunch of habaneros in there
Okay.
to kind of get some spice. And then,
Do you throw whole habaneros in there?
yeah.
Oh, okay,
So
cool.
for like a pickling liquid,
So they just like macerate.
they just macerate in there.
Okay.
Yeah. Like they do hang out in the pickle liquid, so
Mhm.
it can get a little scary. You're like, it's really busy. You're just throwing it on there. Like a whole habanero just ends up on the plate. I'm like, oh, I really hope someone didn't eat that. Or maybe they
the
did.
Right, or the right
Yeah.
person ate it.
Yeah, and they're like, thank you.
Yeah, right?
And a little bit of cilantro to finish. The king of herbs.
It's a great herb.
Mhm.
Herb. Not that easy to grow. I mean, it kind of grows, but it bolts like crazy.
Oh yeah.
Like when you're trying to grow it, if you don't pay attention, 10 minutes later, it's got a bunch of flowers on it. It takes on a completely different profile.
Oh, crazy.
So you kind of have to pick it constantly, which is good.
Mhm.
But if anybody got any tips on growing cilantro, put them in the comments.
Mhm.
Because this is YouTube. Yeah. All right, go
All
for it.
right, so right here, another refresher
Mhm.
is a charred scallion crema. So just a bunch of scallions, throw them on the plancha,
Mhm.
burn the shit out of them.
Yeah.
And then puree it.
Yeah.
Some sour cream. Yeah.
Too many people throw out burnt stuff.
Nah, burning
Mhm.
things is like one of my favorite ways to cook.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
Don't waste your food. There's enough waste in this world, man. Try find something to do with your burnt food.
And if you accidentally burn it, just be like, I meant to do that.
Yeah, totally.
Like, I totally meant to burn all these scallions.
Absolutely.
But yeah, this is a little
This is
spread
it.
of the cheese in my menu right now.
And then you have a few other things on the menu too. The nuggets de pollo,
Yeah, we
the
got
wet and
some
spicy
nuggets,
ones.
Mhm.
Wow.
Little play on buffalo wings.
Yeah.
We got a wedge salad that is probably like the most unhealthy thing on the menu, believe it or not. But
Wedge salads are not healthy.
No.
That's why my wife doesn't think they're a salad. They're a salad. They're like one of the kings of salad.
It is, and it's the king of lettuce. So we got
Yeah.
the king of everything here.
Yeah, absolutely. You got the torta as well. You
We
get
got
that
torta.
dipped.
Yeah, we got a hot sauce that you can like slather it on, and you have different choices of meat. Like
Mhm.
we got lechon, which is fried pork belly. We got a brisket adobo,
Yeah.
and we have a fried tofu.
Tight.
It's basically the same marinade that we use for like the chicken nuggets.
That's great.
So if you're watching this and you want some tofu nuggets,
Come through.
that's the cheese.
Everybody can eat here. That's the
Yeah.
way it's supposed to be.
But
All
yeah.
right.
Mhm.
Let's go. You want to go eat it?
Yeah, let's go eat.
Let's go eat.
Mhm.
Now we're sitting out in Low Bar. It's beautiful in here. I've always loved sitting in here. It's a great place to eat and drink. We're here in beautiful downtown Oakland. Contrary to popular belief, it is not a total dumpster fire. There's a lot of really beautiful places to patronize and eat, and this is just one of many. We make this show to showcase small businesses and restaurants all over, and it's not great right now for a lot of people. So you need to get out there. Don't be afraid to leave your house, dude. Come on out. There's a bunch of cool shit happening. It is the summer.
Yes, it is.
There's so much good stuff, so many good shows, festivals, beautiful places to go. We have some beautiful food here, inspired by pretty much your whole life story.
Pretty much, it all came full circle into a dive bar menu.
Yeah,
I had
totally.
to embrace who I truly am.
There's nothing wrong with that
Yeah.
at
I was
all.
like, you know what? The tweezers just aren't for me.
Yeah,
I'd rather do this.
but you got to try it. Like when you have a trade, when you like go through your profession and you progress and you get to the top of your game, you can really figure out what you actually want to do with your food. And like cutting hair, because I cut hair, it's a true expression of like your love for
Yeah. Mhm.
sh-
I feel
like
you.
yeah,
Yeah.
making something to give to somebody that they can enjoy for a small amount of time just to make their life that much better for that small amount, you know?
That's how I feel whenever I get a haircut from you.
Yeah, totally, man.
I walk out, I'm like, things are good.
Things are
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
That's exactly what it
Yeah.
is. And like I see people walking out here because the shop is 3 blocks that way, and I see people walking out of this bar just happy, you know, and people sitting out front, people communing and shit like that. We get so bogged down in this town by what other people say in Oakland and like in the Bay Area in general. But it doesn't fit what I see every single day. I see people hanging out and drinking and eating, and there's some like urban bullshit, but whatever, man. Like, it happens. It's a city. But there's beautiful food to eat, and there's beautiful people like Manny to eat food with. And I had the extreme pleasure today of cooking with you. That's the first time we've cooked together.
I know, right?
It was great.
I know.
Well, it was
how
really
long we've
nice.
known each other. That was our first time.
Yeah, totally.
Won't be our last though.
No, hell
Yeah.
no, dude. It was worked. I'm gonna go home and practice pupusas.
Yeah, it is like, yeah, just practice it. Like,
Yeah.
get like 10 pounds of masa and just go crazy.
Yeah, I'm gonna head down to La Finca and get some.
Yeah.
If I got time. But yeah, let's dig in.
All right. Yeah.
Let's eat something. I'm excited about that. Let's
Yeah.
bring
Break
that back
into
here.
that. Yeah.
What is the proper way to eat these things? Because I usually just pick it up and go for it.
Yeah. That's what I go for
And-
too. Even if I'm sharing it, just pick it up and then hand it
Yeah,
off to someone
exactly.
else.
Like
yeah.
I said earlier, if you're going on a first
Mhm.
date, don't be afraid to eat messy food because you're really gonna find your one and only. I'm cracking it.
All right, I'm gonna break into one of these pupusas.
Get it. Oh, fuck off. You can really see that. That's why I like doing this out here and being in the kitchen with you. The way you and like chefs just layer things. Like
Mm-hmm.
every single ingredient is important, and
Yeah.
every single layer complements the other one. So that's something that I had to do with my like home cooking. It was like I would either make like 5 layers of tasteless shit or 5 layers of just like absolutely bonkers flavor, like too much overload, and there was no balance, but I had to scale it back. And this right here is perfect. Like, it's the best version of a salad.
Yeah, it's like a walking salad.
Yeah, it's a walking salad. And I would definitely walk down the street and eat this.
Peach sprouts everywhere.
Yeah, I know. Pea sprout season is the best season. So, I've been talking to a bunch of other small business owners and restaurants and stuff like that. And I was thinking about this question. What do you think needs to change in people right now? Besides the obvious, like people are afraid to go out. There's not much money going on right now. But how do they support restaurants and small businesses beyond just going out and eating? Like beyond just going there, like
I feel like besides just like coming out, obviously, and spending money,
which is
I
the
think,
most obvious.
yeah,
thing.
most obvious. But I think like we've talked about this too, like at the barber shop.
Mhm.
You know, just like kind of not pay attention to like all the really negative press that's out there.
Mhm.
You know, it's hard not to like be kind of influenced by that, especially if you don't live in Oakland.
Yeah.
You know, I can like speak for like, you know, even my family that live like in the East Bay, like on Concord. You know, they're still like, oh, is it safe out there?
Is it
I'm
safe?
like, yeah, it
True.
is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I walked my dog the other day and like, I'm totally fine.
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, don't believe that negative hype. Like people are still out here doing things, making really good food.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah, we walk our
Yeah.
dogs every day.
every
We're
day.
good pet owners.
Don't be a jerk. Take your
Yeah.
dog out. All right.
Yeah, especially when there's such beautiful parks here too. You know, like all over the Bay Area. San Francisco has like a few new parks. Oakland has the hills. Like the hills are incredible to go out. Like get your family together go buy some food from a local business, take it out, have a picnic. Like it's something that helps too, you know? There's wonderful places to go just to kind of like pick stuff up. If you order stuff, like pick it up. Don't get it delivered if you can help it, you know?
Yeah.
Like I couldn't help it last night. I got dog food delivered from Pet Food Express. And that was fine, but I tried just to pick it up because there's less delivery fees and whatnot, you know what I mean? And plus you get out there and you run into people, you know, or you might see some piece of art that you've never seen down here because there's so much, like in an urban landscape, there's so much to just look at, you know?
True.
Yeah, from top to bottom, like there's paintings on every building, and regardless of what you think about graffiti, which is probably wrong, sorry, there's a lot of it is just super beautiful murals and just like expressions of what people are. And there's like when you live in another thing about living in the Bay Area is like every city and every town has like a pulse and like a feeling to it. And some are more boring than others. Some are, you know, there's more to deal with, but it's all really beautiful. So it's just like, leave your house, man. Like, thank you for watching this, but you could also be watching this on BART to go to someplace that we've suggested, you know?
Like come out here and Lake Merritt's like 5 minutes
Yeah.
from here. Like go enjoy your Frito pie with a view.
Yeah. I think the day in the life of like an Oakland resident would be really good for people to see.
Yeah, there's a lot to do out here.
Yeah,
Like,
totally.
so much to do. Every little pocket of Oakland has its own like charm. Like I live out in Fruitvale right now, and
As
you
well.
know it's beautiful. Just like walking out into the street and just like having the hustle and bustle and like smelling carne asada every morning
Yeah, hell yeah.
from Farolito. It's like, all right, that's a good start to my day.
And every other good ass spot to eat down on International.
seriously,
You know?
you can throw a rock
Yeah,
and it'll land on something really tasty.
something delicious, dude.
And very
Like the Nieveria in
yeah.
the Fruitvale Station.
Mhm. Oh yeah.
Dude, highly underrated spot.
Yeah.
And the churro guy in the Cardenas parking lot, Churros Guerrero, that shit is incredible. It's so good. I think they're like $1.50 or $2 a piece. And they do the filling. And it's this really, really polite and like funny old man. And he's always like messing around with Dax, just kind of like talking to him like, how you doing? Like, you love churros? I love churros too. Here's some churros. It's amazing.
It's like I dedicated my life to it.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, there's
Wow.
so many cool things out there. And
Totally.
like don't be afraid to go far east.
No.
Go east. Go to those dubs. There's some cool shit out there.
Yeah, and if
Especially,
you're
like there'll be gems that you'll be like so stoked that you're
and your parents should have taught you not to leave shit in your car, man. Like, I never left stuff in my car. Don't do it. But anyways, thank you so much for inviting us into your kitchen. It's a huge honor to cook with you. And yeah, come check out Chisme at Low Bar. Go check out the small little food store on your corner. Like, get out, go do stuff. Don't be scared. Have fun. So thank you very much.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
We're going to keep on eating this because these pupusas are delicious. Thank you, everybody, for watching Bay Area Mukbang. I really appreciate it. And please go out to your local bars, restaurants, and small businesses to spend your money in your neighborhood. Support the people that are around you, please. And if you like what you see, please like and subscribe. Any suggestions for any future interviews that you'd like to see would be greatly appreciated, so put them in the comments. Thanks, and we'll see you next time.